honored. I'm honored, like every fighter, to be here at the WBC office. I mean, it's every fighter's dream to be a world champion, but I think the biggest dream is to be a WBC champion. I was about 20 years old, 21, and it's almost like if you're winning the world title, you know, just knowing that you have the WBC belt, even though it's the youth, but it's an amazing feeling. So the story goes that I would cry to my mom and my dad, I want to box. And they would say no, that, you know, I was going to cry. So I would bug them, till finally my dad's like, ¿sabes qué? Llévalo, al cabo nomás va a durar una semana en el box, a week. And you know what? I went to the gym and the rest was history. I had over 100 fights, amateur fights. I was 90-12. You know, I won some regional, national tournaments. And I turned professional at 18, and now I'm 22-0 with 15 knockouts. And we're getting ready right now as we speak in camp for a title eliminator on February 10th. Boxing has to be at an even playing field. I mean, it's wrong for fighters to be doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. Nonetheless, a fighter, an athlete in general, should be clean at all times. You know, and you don't want fighters to be enhancing themselves. So you want to be a clean fighter, and you want to do it right. And if the WBC is asking for it, I mean, con mucho gusto. I mean, like I said, it's every fighter's dream to have a green belt around the waist. Yeah. Train hard. There's no secret to success, but it's just working hard. It's la ley del pastel, you know, until a fighter's ready. You know, they build them, and you know, I see that a lot of fans, you know, talk a lot of smack, like, oh, why is he fighting this person? But a fighter is very young, you know, 21, 22. So if he's in a war every single time, el peleador se acaba de volada no matter how great he is. And, you know, until the fighter's ready, and then you can start throwing him in there with all the big top guys. Growing up, Mexican-American, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., I mean, he's been for me a key role in following his footsteps. I love his style. I love, you know, he took a lot of punches off with his arms, parried, and he was great. I mean, one of the greats of all time for me. No, mira, esta preparación yo creo que, pues, anteriormente estaba en el campamento de Orlando Salido, en Obregón, Sonora. Estuve un mes ahí ayudándole al City. Del sparring, muy buen sparring que tenemos aquí. Estamos trabajando con el Chimpa González. Estoy contento, estoy motivado, y yo creo que esta es una muy buena oportunidad y no vamos a desaprovecharla. I think the body work, I love to work the body. I think that's key, that you break down the body, the head will fall. But I'm just a big believer of body work, and como todo mexicano, el gancho al hígado. And then, you know what, I was going to tell you, you take out as it is, the gloves are really small, 8 ounces, 10 ounces, and you tamper with them, oh man. En la televisión, you know, they look really big and puffy, but they're little. You know, hasta yo me asusto cuando me los traen, también chiquitos. The WBC has always been, you know, very influential, not just as being a title, bout, and but it's an organization that cares, as we all know, they have that WBC Cares program, so they're involved in the community, not just for boxing, and also for the safety of fighters. So very dangerous. Yeah. You know, I've heard there was this kid, the Puerto Rican kid, Pritchard Colon.
Yeah.
Man, he was getting hit behind the head, and the referee didn't do anything. I mean, he was letting him, and then as we all know, you know, he collapsed. He went into coma, and referees should be, you know, very aware of that. Like they should. Some people were saying that ear punches right here, that it wasn't allowed, but I'm not too sure. But I think, you know, behind the ear, it's a no-no. You know, you just have to be willing to sacrifice a lot. And my advice is just to keep going. Don't give up. Like anything, you just have to suck it up, and you have to remember, just like in boxing, you know, in your training camp, sometimes in your sparring, you have a bad day. You have to know that there's bad days in boxing, but you just have to keep going and don't give up. Keep working hard. Antes que nada, quiero darle las gracias al Consejo Mundial de Boxeo, a Pepe, a Nancy, a todos, ¿no? del WBC. Un honor estar aquí. Y ¿qué les puedo decir? Un abrazo a toda la fanaticada del boxeo, y que pues miren la pelea el 10 de febrero. Va a salir, no estoy seguro si es el Showtime. Siempre doy lo mejor de mí en todas mis peleas, y el 10 de febrero no va a ser la excepción. Vamos a ser campeones muy pronto, y qué más que disputar por este cinturón afamado del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo.